My husband was accused of graping my sister's friend over 13 years ago. She has no proof, but my family still decided to cut us off. So, my husband was recently accused by a friend of my sister of forcing himself on her. She doesn't have any proof but managed to convince my sister of her story, who then told our immediate family. We were invited to dinner at my parents' house this Sunday, but today, we were told that my husband isn't welcome anymore. I told them if that was the case, I wouldn't be coming either. My husband barely even knows who that woman is and would never do any of the things she's accusing him of. I had a fight with my sister because I think it wasn't her place to tell our family, especially without even talking to us or getting proof that the story was even true. She told me to wake up and stop defending an abuser and accused me of trying to gaslight and victim blame her friend. I only said that her friend has a habit of making up stories for attention and suggested that she might need to undergo a psychological evaluation. She claims that it happened at a party years ago before we were even dating. My husband doesn't remember going to this party and isn't even sure if he was in the same city at that time. Also, why would she bring it up now? There's no way for either of them to really prove anything unless my husband can show that he was on vacation at that time. It's not even that they just met recently, they were introduced to each other before our wedding. Update 1. This was posted in r/Legal Advice Germany and then translated with Google. Is it worth it for us to hire a lawyer? Here's the situation. My husband was accused by a friend of my sister's of graping her at a party in 2011. She has no proof of this allegation, and she's someone who exaggerates or lies occasionally to get attention. The biggest problem, however, is that she managed to convince my sister, who in turn told my parents. However, since then, it has remained mere accusations, and as far as I know, she has no plans to take legal action. He allegedly graped her at a student party. My husband was 19 or 20 at the time and has absolutely no recollection of being at that party, not to mention the fact that he would never do anything like that. They attended the same university, but he was only in his second semester at the time, and she must have already been working on her master's degree, as far as I can figure out. There are no overlapping courses either. Officially, they've known each other for about 6 years, and they don't know each other very well because she's a friend of my sister, and I find her kind quite exhausting. She is said to have recognized my husband by his tattoo. He engraved it himself when he was 16, and it's rare because it has a family meaning. However, last summer, my sister and a group of friends, including her, spent a weekend at the seaside, where she saw the tattoo and asked him about it. He then told her the meaning and the story behind it. The fact that she now, more than half a year later, bases her claims on this tattoo is, to me, further proof against her story. Even the fact that she didn't go to the police at the time shows to me that she made it all up. I've now been able to talk to my parents and clarify things. The version that my sister told me was highly distorted regarding some facts, and in many places, it was entirely fictitious. We are now considering whether it is worthwhile to take legal action against these accusations or whether it would be a waste of time and money. Since they have not pursued legal action and the allegations have been contained, it is unlikely that we will face any disadvantage. My husband has essentially put the matter to rest, but I do wonder whether it might not be better to officially clarify things before they spread further. Update 2. My husband was accused of a crime by a friend of a friend. She didn't go to the police but spread the rumor, so my husband and I decided to involve a lawyer. We managed to obtain an interim disposal against her, so now she's legally not allowed to make those claims anymore. Initially, my husband claimed to be innocent. However, after we started talking to our lawyer, he confessed to me that the accusations against him were true. I could have told someone, but I didn't. Instead, I corroborated his version of the story and helped him avoid the consequences of his actions. I feel a little guilty for what we did, but I'm mostly relieved that we prevented her from ruining his reputation and the life we have.